should be something as a junior and
Very
senior in
nice
high
meeting you
school.
guys. Thank you for joining us tonight.
You have to pass this, man. If you can't get a bad grade, it should be required. One of them required credits.
And by the way,
Plain and simple.
congratulations.
Balancing a checkbook,
Well, we like
doing
versions.
dishes, learning how to unplug
Yeah,
a
like I
train
said.
set. You know, there's certain things that trade schools that we don't learn anymore because we push college. You know what? I don't even know at my 5 times 7 to the 8 power is 80 something.
They're coming back.
I need to know how to change tires. I need to know how to build business. I need to know how to not use the whiteboard. You know, there's certain things that
Cause it's been a long. What's that? What? Oh, we're live. What? Oh. Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to People in the Boxes, episode number 74. Number 74. That's what they say. 74 is okay. People in the Boxes. They tell me it's a show about bringing people together. And tonight is like no other because it's the last night before Christmas. I'll be a busy man at that point. So join us tonight as we talk about our favorite memories and thoughts on the holiday. And we're going to have some fun. Maybe get some music involved tonight, guys. It's going to be a lovely hoedown, if you know what I mean. And tonight we have Kim Axel with us as one of Santa's little helpers. And that's it. So if anyone else is interested to come up and hang out with Santa, I'm going to put the link down in the page. Let's see. On whose page? Waylon the what? Does he farm weed? Oh, other stuff too. Okay. Well, they call him Waylon the indoor farmer, they say. They want you to share it out and tag your friends and all of that. All right, let's get some friends up here so poor Kim doesn't have to, deal with Santa all day. Come on up. If we have to, we'll listen to some Christmas music off of Facebook later for the after show. What's up, Joe Kelly? Valerie? What's up, Leslie? What's up, Tim? Tim, he's been a good boy this year. Olivia, hello. Ronaldo in the house. I saw Michael Gray earlier. Let's see. Michael Gray was number one. Michael Gray. I knew you were I knew you were cruising for the best gift in town, but you know, Santa doesn't like a brown noser. No, just kidding, Michael. Just kidding. Keep up the good work. Hi, Kim from Facebook user. Cullen. We got Cullen in the house. We got Rich in the house. Hello. We got Terry. What's up, Terry? We've got another Facebook user. Excited for Christmas. Well, last year we did instead of a directly Christmas episode, we did an episode about all holidays, and it had similar feel, but it wasn't just about Christmas. We talked about a lot of things. And this year we're going to talk about more specifically about Christmas in general, traditions we've had in the past, how things have changed and whatnot. As we try to have some fun, maybe, and listen to some music. I have a couple of possible musicians popping through. I'm not sure yet. We let's just hope for a little Christmas miracle. Oh, hello, Denise. Hello, Fibs, Tim. Oh, you've been a good man, a good guy, Tim. They call him. He's well. I mean, although kissing with the ladies on the profile picture, Tim, that's definitely going to lean towards the naughty list. You've been a good boy. I thought you told Santa you were a woman a long time ago in our correspondence letters. Santa better check the ID next time. All right. Kim, how are you?
I'm good. Tired.
We've got Val here. Mama Val, hello.
Ow. Oh shit, wait.
We've got Val. Hi, Sarah. That's okay. Santa loves to hear the sound of his own voice. Guys, hit that like button. We got 21 people in the house. Come on in, hit that button. Doing well, I guess. As well as I can be.
Waylon.
Orpheus.
Orpheus wants to sit on your lap.
Hi, Sarah.
Well, I'll leave a note for Waylon once I leave.
Lisa May. Come up and be an elf.
These are Santa's elves. Well, more like the elf ringleaders. Now we have Santa's head naughty boy, Bean Dongo.
It's a most wonderful.
Wait. Oh, wait, I gotta switch it real quick.
It's the Christmas karaoke from the Bean Dog.
I thought you were gonna make me sing.
Dance monkey.
I mean, yes, you should sing. Santa says to sing. Santa's going to have to censor that one. There's fire in this hole right here. Fire in my hand.
Smoke weed
right.
every day.
Smoke fire every day. Wait, that's not right.
Fire.
That's not right. All right. What's up, Bean?
Not a whole lot. Just relaxing before I got to drive all day tomorrow.
Where are you driving to?
Depends on you.
Oh, that's right. That's when you're going for the holiday. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm now putting it all together.
And,
Like Mr. Doubtfire. I sound like Mrs. Doubtfire, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a drive-by fruiting.
don't make fun of the boys. I used to be one.
You see one. Mrs. Doubtfire had an Irish accent. Okay, it's definitely not how Mrs. Doubtfire sounded.
Was it Irish?
Yeah, you know, she sounds like think J, think UKJ, and then hear a female version of that, and there you go. British Irish, you know.
Hey, Charlene.
Charlene, hello.
Sorry. Ashley, what's up? Tim, Elisa, what's going on, everybody?
Did you say Ashley?
Yeah, I seen her thing pop in. There she is.
Oh, there it is. Hey,
I call them out
Ashley.
before they can say hi. No
Right.
sneaking around my life.
Well, that's what happened.
Sit on my knee.
Okay, so
Funny.
I talked to one singer, but I'm not sure if he's gonna try to remote in during his set live at a bar. So we're gonna see how that works out.
Nice. Also, she was going to sing tonight.
No, she didn't.
I was like, liar.
You almost got whiplash when you looked up.
Yeah, but I told her she could because WAP is not a Christmas song. Told her no.
Good,
Lunchtime. Yeah, lunchtime tomorrow right now. Derek, what's up, Derek? How's the future? Pretty hot? Pretty hot, they say.
They're stranger.
Because it's been a long fucking December. I tell you what, it's
Sing it, Smash.
almost over.
I forgot I'm cooking.
Ashley can sing.
Oh, Charlene has been a very good girl this year. She is the tagging queen.
Excuse me.
Tagging. Static? Charlene says static.
No, it's the fire.
The fire. It's your crackling fire.
Well, I worry because sometimes it's my microphone.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, it's your fire.
Breaking up, she said.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday on your, or was it yesterday? Whenever it was, when I was on with you, I kept thinking that your mic was messing up, and I had to remind myself you had the fire burning.
Because breaking up is hard to do. Hello, 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 hello. Tell me more, tell me more. What's his name mean? Tell me more, tell me more. All right.
I think you've got something.
So anyway, Christmas. I really like this whole new angle on Santa Claus where he's like was like a Norwegian what's called Viking or whatever, and there was some kind of curse put on him or whatever, and like he was something red. This was in the movie just recently, the movie where Santa Claus kicks some ass. It's what was it called? We just talked about it not too long ago. It's Silent Night or something like that, or I forget what it's called. But
Savage Night or something.
yeah, but the idea of the kind is a little bit of a different twist. But either way, still there's magic involved, and he's just like, I don't know. He has no idea. He's like, it's like it's the thing.
Everybody's saying it's not the fire.
Okay. You guys can hear me though? I'll be right back.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, that's fair.
Audio
Stop.
X. What?
Huh?
Elephant shoes. Wait, can you hear me, guys? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
It's your mic. Okay. All right. It's your mic, Tim. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Tim. Thank you. Thank
What'd
you
you
very
say
much.
about my mic?
Yeah, what'd you guys you stop insulting my mic because instead of me
Leave
ever
the mic
fixing the
alone.
problem. Yeah.
Y'all
So,
are the problem.
uh, yeah, I don't know. We may or may not get any musicians on, but I was hoping to find some. But it's hard to do this time of year.
Yeah.
So what's like the thing that I saw recently on a show, a podcast, was they're talking about how there hasn't really been any iconic Christmas songs in a very long time. Like they point to Mariah Carey, and that was in the 90s.
Yeah. But everybody does their like Christmas album, but it's just the same songs over and over again.
Nothing that like stands out. Nothing that's going to be the next thing everyone's saying. So you could say that we've just diversified enough, that we've fractured enough that like no one's going to stand out. I mean, unless somebody like a Taylor Swift does one or whatever, and even then, that's.
I think that's like everything. That's like all music. It's all like nothing really stands out in any of it.
I agree.
I think the 90s were the end of the music that's going to carry on for generations.
They sure play it like that on the radio. That's for sure.
Michael Bublé has got some pretty good music.
I have to hear something. I don't recognize it.
So, Ash was talking some country here. Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani. Well, that's not country, I guess. Was that did they sing it together? That would be interesting.
It's funny as a joke.
I just, to be honest, like all of those artists are going to make it like a more complex song. Nobody's singing. That's the difference, I think, that from our older Christmas songs that we sung. Like they were like very simple verses. Just something about even things like "It's cold outside." Like just really simple stuff. Today, it's like there's all these innuendos. Go ahead.
It'd be funny if now we like start looking back at things and realize that like all the Christmas songs are just like all the fairy tales where they have like a dark side. They all come from some like demonic place.
I mean, most of them do. Yeah, you guys listen. I put the link in Wayland Indoor Farmer. If you want the link directly, let me know. But come on up and hang out with us. It's definitely a chill episode. It's our last episode of the year. And I don't think I said the date yet, but it's 12/21, guys. It's December 21st. December 21st. The show. What's that?
It's the winter solstice.
The longest night of the year.
Tonight is?
What?
Tonight's the longest night of the year?
Yeah, solstices are the longest.
It's party time.
Good day, longest night.
It's party time. I didn't get any extra snacks. Dang. Dang. I'm gonna get snacks tomorrow.
I did my
38 people in the house. Go ahead.
I did my vision quest on summer solstice, and I don't know if it's as long as of a night as winter solstice, but I can tell you that it was probably the darkest night. The moon doesn't come out.
Well, it's the longest day, isn't it?
I don't know, but I can tell you that the moon doesn't come out until like 2 or 3 in the morning. So it's
and you got to order the moons over my hammy. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, shouts out to Fire in the Hole, man. Coming in hot. No pun intended tonight, guys. They're coming in strong today. Well, they were.
What's going on, everybody?
There were 30 of them. Come on, guys, come back. What happened? Like within like a minute. Everyone, what's up? Anyway, guys, we want to hear from you guys and see how your how your holiday is going to go. I can tell you that my son is super excited, and we're going to, I'll do the opening of presents with him in the morning, and that's it. So I kind of have a lackluster Christmas this year.
Going to hear a heartwarming story. So,
Thanks.
my son lives in Pennsylvania, so like we talk mostly over like video chat and stuff. So today I was on the phone with him, and like he knows I'm coming up there for Christmas, and we're talking. And he's singing, "All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth." He's missing his front four, so he says four front teeth. And then he like in the middle of the song, he just stops and goes blank. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he thinks for a second. He's like, "All I want for Christmas is," turn to the camera, point, and he's like, "You."
Oh,
So I'm like, "I'm not crying. You are." Like,
oh, little
This is
sweetheart.
My eyes are dry from this cannabis. I mean, no.
Got goosebumps.
Tim has some tips for us here. I have 2 Christmas tips. Number 1, don't worry about the past. You can't change it. Number 2, don't worry about the present. I forgot to get you one too. Okay. I like it. Except those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it, or something like that.
Yeah.
The history doesn't repeat; it rhymes. They say that's the new phrase. I kind of like it. Kim is a history buff, and I do love history, but we got to try to, we don't want to, we want to get people's attention with something interesting. So, Kim, I want to know if there was something within what you were wanting to talk about, the historical. What's the coolest? What's the most interesting, like, factoid that you could throw at us in there? Think about that for a minute, and because Kim, like I said, is a history buff, and I love history too. I took world history. I love history, but at the same time, a lot of it's kind of just blah blah blah. So I want to hear some juicy stuff. If you, especially from a learned, Santa's helper such as yourself. So you let me know what the good is on Christmas. Is it really a pagan holiday? Is it really is it a combination of all of it? Is it a winter solstice holiday that they've just sort of morphed into something else, and they just had to they slapped a new name on it? What do you think? What's the down and dirty of real Christmas?
Well, one of the things that the Romans were really good about, and you have to remember that Christianity was brought to the world by the Romans.
Yeah, that's what I never liked about it. They said, "Well, we're Catholics now. You got to convert, or you're gonna lose all your like the senators or the generals or whoever had any sort of land and power, or you're gonna lose all of your belongings and power and anything you have." Okay, and so they would be like, now I'm a Christian. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, yes. And then so, yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough to forcibly make people believe what you believe.
Hey, Wayne.
You just don't get it. Don't get true. We got Tag and Wayne in the house. What's up, Wayne?
Well, the thing about the Romans, one of the things about the Romans is that they were very good about, they were tolerant. The Romans were tolerant. So when they were out conquering all of these early tribal people and whatnot and creating the Roman Empire, one of the things that they recognized, that their government, that their people, that their leaders recognized, was that in order to keep those conquered people peaceable was to allow them to have their traditions and
Celebrations, yeah, right.
Along with making them Roman citizens and teaching them the Roman way and whatnot. They allowed them to keep their stuff. Because initially the Roman, up until, Christianity became a thing in the Roman Empire, the Romans were pagans. They were very similar. They had very similar gods to the Greeks.
Yep. That's why a lot of people get them confused. There's different types.
Hey, Jimmy.
It's long been my belief.
Jimmy, what's up?
There's some evidence out there.
Yeah.
I'm not really like a scholar on such things, but there's evidence out there that the Romans, the early, not necessarily the Romans, but some of those early Italian tribes
Hey,
were
forget about
actually
it.
derived from Greek cultures.
Hmm.
But so anyway, the Romans were very tolerant, whether they wanted to be tolerant because, we want to be kumbaya, or whether they were tolerant because they recognized that in order to keep peace among the people that they had just conquered, that they needed to allow people to have those
Oh, that's some of their success for sure. We know that for sure. Why Rome was successful is a lot of times they let people rule themselves after they've conquered them, and
Yeah,
then it's like you're just part of our thing now.
yeah.
But
And
yeah, I could see that being a tradition passed down for sure, and it became a world thing because of the economic booms of like the Industrial Revolution and stuff.
well, and so you had Christianity, which started to rise,
Hey, Frankie.
there
34 people in the house, guys. Hit that like button.
towards
Sorry.
the end of the Roman Empire, the rule of the Roman Empire before it started to fall, and split apart and all the stuff that it did. But, you have to remember that the Catholic Church, which is what took over Christianity, it took over from the early Christians. The Catholic Church was a Roman invention. It was
Roman Catholic, right? Yeah.
Well, it was created by Romans. The whole Constantine was a Roman. You have those.
He was, Keanu Reeves played really good in that movie. I really liked it. Oh wait, it's not. That's different Constantine. Sorry, I got to cut it up some of it, because it's got to cut up those bites a little bit. Kim is like, oh yeah, Kim is like when do you guys ever seen the movie Coneheads with Dan Aykroyd, where whenever they eat like a sub sandwich, they can just go just eat it all the way. That's what Kim's doing with the information. She's like, are you writing this down?
Just jam it down you.
Yeah, I'm kidding. But no, I hear what you're saying. I think it's rooted in that for sure. Without getting everybody.
So
on Rome.
So you had all of these traditions. Because Jesus was not born this time of the year.
Right. Everyone seems
Exactly
to forget
when
that.
it was that he was born, but it's pretty well believed that he was not born during this time of the year. But what does coincide with it is the Yule, a lot of very Germanic, a lot of the customs that we celebrate are Germanic customs, like the Yule and the Christmas tree and stuff like that. So
Krampus. Oh wait, that's kind of
the Romans, the Catholics, the Romans, and then later the Catholic Church was very good at marrying these traditions with Christian
co-opting it. Let's call it what it is. They co-opted it. They said, we're going to take this, we're going to change the face of it,
Exactly.
and we're going to make it's our thing.
It's just like when the Catholics came over to North America, or to the Americas, South America, and Mexico and whatnot. If you look at a lot of the traditions,
cheers, everybody.
If you look at a lot of the traditions that a lot of the art and traditions down in southern Mexico, I don't know. How do I explain this? The Catholics used
influenced
what was naturally existed within the native populations down there. They have a very rich tradition. They have very rich, colorful art. The native people down in southern Mexico do. And if you take and you look at their art, you'll see a lot of that religious influence. One of the things that's really cool in the Mexican culture, especially the deep Mexican culture from down south down there, they have these things called the arbole de vida. So an arbole is a tree, and de vida is life. So they're the tree of life. And if you look at them, they're these trees, and they're They have Adam and Eve, and they have like it's a reenactment or it's a story of the Garden of Eden is what it is. So they took these naturally occurring things within this culture, and they taught them the religion, because that was what part of what the Spaniards came here to do, was to
So
Christianize.
they sort of recreated it.
Well, what better way to teach people how to be Catholics, people that don't speak your language or have your customs? What better way to do that than through the art that naturally exists?
All right, so let me push back here. Some would say that to follow Christ or to be a believer of Jesus doesn't mean that you're Catholic. And so, what makes you say that it's such a connection with Christmas? Because Christ Mass, right? Mass, but now is it that anymore? Do you think it's really like it's become a whole nother thing? It's just a commercialized kind of. What was it? Macy's invented Santa Claus or something like that. I forget. Oh, sorry, everybody. Get your kids out of the room.
Oh,
So, in my opinion, this is the way I think of it. The Catholics were very, very good at inculcating people. They were very, very good at scaring people into believing and to getting them in line with
yeah.
religion.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
and so they ruled.
Fire and brimstone.
I mean, even kings were terrified of the Pope. The Pope was actually the ruler for a very, very long time, until kings started challenging his authority and his power and stuff like that.
He has his own country.
Just a
Yeah.
lot of stuff started happening that, people just, the way that people thought just started changing. But the Catholics are very, very good at inculcating people into the Catholic religion. A lot of these people in Mexico, the Native Americans here in the Southwest, are very good Catholics. They still go, they still have their Catholic church, they have their Catholic practices. They're good at doing that. But the thing is that Christianity, at its truth, is a reformation of the heart. And so you have people that have Catholic practices, but they may not necessarily have a heart for Jesus. They may not have that depth of relationship that you're supposed to have as a Christian.
Amen. I was born and raised Catholic. I went to catechism and all of the things.
So
Mhm.
I just have
It
to.
was traumatic.
Sorry, I didn't hear
I'm
you say
still
that.
recovering. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Seriously, I am still recovering from it.
Yeah, my
It
mom.
shaped the way I treated my family, my kids, my friends.
So I have to push
Yes.
back on Shane here. Shane talking smack. I apologize. You had paused just enough. I'm sorry, Val. I thought you
All
were
right,
done.
dear. I'm sorry.
My fault. I I just
Right,
have to tell you, like Shane, bro, that's not. It's not what you're thinking when you say co-opt. It's what I mean is like they adopted it. They took it in, adopted it,
Yeah,
and then
they
changed it a bit. Like
transformed it into their
that's-
own thing using somebody else's culture or ideas.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, what's up, Chuck? It's a means of control, Jimmy. Yeah. And Val, yeah. I mean, I hear you on that. I think we're in the same boat. It's sad. I think it's become. It hasn't. Here's. I'm going to say this. I think I might have said it one other time about my idea. If I ever get a sort of, I mean, and I'm going to probably do this on Sunday with my son at least because I know he'll like it. But like if I ever grow my family in a way that this makes sense, instead of buying gifts, what I want to do is I want to spend the day with everyone, which is what you do. You do anyway, right? Spend the day with everyone. Grandma's cooking, mom's cooking, whoever's cooking, somebody's doing something in the kitchen. But then the rest of us are working on like arts and crafts and some random just stuff. It doesn't even matter if the thing lasts a week. And you can make some stuff real easy that lasts a while, like taking a picture, and you put that picture in like a little homemade frame out of like whatever, popsicle sticks, construction paper. You can look at Pinterest, and you could look at a whole list. You could just look at arts and crafts that you can make real easily, like down the line. Just super easy, and no matter who it is, and if it's someone who can't do that, say it's grandpa, and he can't move that well anymore. Maybe grandson or granddaughter is helping out with grandpa, and she puts some paint on his hand and gets him to put his hand on the paper, or something cool like that. You know what I mean? Something crazy, awesome like that. Who's not going to want that?
Would you need
you know what I mean?
Would you need an activities director to?
No, yeah, I saw it as a Pinterest, man. Like you could look it up on. There's like not even Pinterest, but other things. You could look at Reddit. I mean, you could probably find a thread of like cool arts and craft for Christmas. It doesn't even have to be Christmas. Just cool arts and crafts, and you make, and it doesn't even have to be arts and crafts. It could be something else. It could be a cool video you made for them. It could be, I mean, my point is like whatever it is you can do.
I like that. So, when I visited at home last time, like they did like a picnic, and my mom came up with a bunch of games for everybody to play together. Like she had games for the kids to play, and then when the kids all went to bed and stuff, she had adult games of like prizes and stuff. But it was just cool that she thought of things like that. We could just have the activity together.
Yeah, that's really what matters, because to be honest, when it gets to Christmas time, it's like I don't have a list of the things that I had been waiting to get. Like and no one needs that list from me anyway. And it's like, and like my son, I mean, I know what he wants either way. I mean, he's got some things he's been talking about, so that's easy. But
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's hard, man. I think it's become so much more about the gifts and about, well, it's not like the adults in my family. I feel like they think that like, well, it's for my kids, and we'll stop by to get gifts or whatever, but maybe have dinner. And that's just like the extent of it. And I'm like, well, forget the gifts. Like, let's just buy some arts and crafts stuff. And maybe that's easier said than done or whatever, but it's a lot
I
less.
heard so many people this year say that they're not even celebrating Christmas. Like we used to get together with the family, and now nobody's doing anything. Or
Yep, me too. Well, they've got us. They've got a lot of tension built up, and I think a lot of us are feeling it.
Hey, Bergie.
Christmas was something that brought us all together. What's up, Berg? And it's like, Thanksgiving didn't go so well, I feel like, for a lot of people.
Oh, Lisa, that's sweet.
I think
So we'll
that
see.
I think that Christmas has become commercialized, and I think it happened. Probably started happening like around the Depression era, and
I agree.
World War II. I think after World War II, there was this era of, well, during the Depression, it was the Depression. I mean, it was horrible times and stuff like that. And then we had World War II, and then after World War II, we had this era of prosperity, where people were making more money than they had ever made before, and people were just, it just really, society started opening up, and there's, just this real era of commercialism started. And I really believe that, because I talked to my dad. My dad was born in 1924, and he came from a wealthy family. And I asked him like how Christmas was for him growing up, and they didn't really have big Christmases back then. They had money, they were wealthy landowners. My great grandfather had started and owned a windmill factory. So they were people of means. and all of them were college educated and, you know, whatever. And they didn't have big Christmases like what I grew up with. And I remember when I was a little girl that my parents would, I think they were super influenced by a lot of the media at the time, you know, like Dean Martin and, you know, just all of this stuff, these media images that were, you know, were prevalent when I was a kid. And I just feel like a lot of that really influenced
Hey,
how
Jenna.
they did things. And I think it's just like this, now it's this big, ugh, and we've lost the meaning of what Christmas really is, you know?
I remember when I was young, it was more about the family. Like, yeah, the gifts are talked about and stuff. And like, what really turned me off from Christmas was the greed of it. Like, you stopped hearing people talk about the good they
Yeah,
want to do for other people, and it's all about me, me, me. Like,
yeah.
but I remember like back then, like it was about the togetherness and the family, and like just being able to get together and be around the people that you don't see for the rest of the year, or and like I think that's been like kind of washed out of the whole holiday. It's like it's not really the only thing you really think about during Christmas is like gifts. You know what I mean? Like, do people like I said earlier, people are like they're like I'm not getting together anymore. Like it's an inconvenience anymore. Like to get together
Well,
with your own family.
I'm going to offer you not necessarily hope, but a different perspective on that. I think a lot of people are feeling unable to do what they would like to do for Christmas. Therefore, they are frustrated. Therefore, they decide not to do anything and not to show up because they like I have some proud family members. It's like, don't give me nothing because I didn't give you nothing. And if I get them something, they will not be happy
Oh, right. Exactly.
because their pride has been hurt. It's like, you can't just do something nice for somebody like that. And I okay, there are people that you're describing are out there. I'm not going to lie, but I think the people that are that you describe are actually not are outside of the family. They're the constant Santa Claus is ringing bells outside. You might as well have a guy dressed as Jesus outside of the grocery store ringing his bell. You might as well, if you can dress as Santa Claus. Like every different religion should have their guy out there too, like just ringing a bell all year long. You know what I mean? Like
Just want
dressed
to
up
be
as
fair.
whoever. Yeah, it's got to be fair. All of them lined up in a row down the sidewalk. My point is like uh, that kind of bombardment, all holiday long. The deals that they are kind of like fake. They sort of trick you a lot of times within all the marketing of like pumping up the prices just before they cut them back to somewhere
Right.
normal for Christmas. Like all these tricks, the whole thing about Macy's. I don't know the history behind it, but the whole Macy's like it was Macy's and some of the other big stores that sort of like really pumped up Christmas at one point
Sure.
where they made it.
Or,
Yeah, yep.
hey,
And
Doc.
you're looked at as you're poor or something if you are, going to just make something by hand. To me,
Yeah.
that means so much more.
Yeah, Dan was just talking about that. I think it was yesterday, and
So, Doc,
I think that just the amount of time that you
guys,
put
come
into
on up.
something, like yeah, I could go to the store, take 10 minutes to grab you a plastic thing or whatever, but like uh, Dan was making like jam or something yesterday. Like watching him do it, and like he's not even a tenth of the way through the process, and we were on like an hour live. Like that's time consuming from the heart. Like
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Like this year, my whole family got merch. Like, they got all my T-shirts I made, all the hats, all that stuff.
Well,
Why'd
and,
you
and
not?
even that is like your hard-earned work and effort, as far as directly connected to your what you're doing.
Yeah,
And it's like it's a different thing when you just go out and buy the next video game or whatever gadget, go to the
yeah.
nearest sharper image or like what's the other one, uh, Spencer's in the mall. All the malls had Spencer's for a while. Remember that? You ever seen
Yeah.
that before? Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think they still got them.
Yeah.
you find
The
sex
most
toys.
stolen from store in the world.
Yeah.
It's always next to Hot Topic. You're like, but yeah, a lot of our culture has stagnated, but there are some interesting new twists on Santa on Christmas. They do. I'll give them that. The industry, as far as on the whole, in the movie industry, I guess we could be specific. There have been some decent movies from Christmas. They kind of were rehashing a very similar story all the time. Most of the time, it's Santa Claus. It's like, come on now. Like, we've come up with new characters ever since all the claymation movies back in the, when was that? Like in the 70s or something. The Rudolph was like 64
Yeah.
or something like that. The claymation.
Was it really?
hmm and it's like we've got Rudolph, you got Frosty, you've got a few other characters out there that
The Heat Miser and Mr. Freeze and the Heat Miser.
the Heat
Yeah,
Miser.
from-
Well, they did the Jack Frost kind of on the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So I guess there's not a lot, but there's really no need. I don't know. Maybe bring it back to the family, man. That's all I think about with my whole shtick. Like, all the shows I do are about this. And it's what's sad is it maybe I don't feel that it's gonna work in my own, but like maybe in the future, you never know. And it's like that's it doesn't mean you shouldn't move towards what you aspire to be, whether you can get there or not. You know what I mean?
One day you'll find your farm hand.
Onlyfarmers.com. Like, well, I gotta wait. I don't feel confident enough for those women. So I gotta wait.
Indoorfarmers.com.
Yeah, see, they'll be like, what? How many acres? How big's your acreage? I'll be like,
That's a little too much for you.
my acreage is not big
32
enough.
square feet.
Like, like, how big's your tractor? Like, I don't have a tractor. Like, I got lefty, I got righty. And she's like, oh no. Oh no.
Sow them oats by hand.
Doc says he always liked Mr. Freeze and Heat Miser. The Heat Miser.
That was off the second Frosty, right? The one with John Goodman.
I'm not sure.
I
Those
have
are
no
classic.
clue.
But the fact that we all still know all those, it's because, and
Yeah.
honestly, it's because there's so much of stuff out there now that we don't all have this, like, a certain one that we remember. That's part of it.
Well,
So
there's no
everybody,
creativity in that.
yeah,
That
that's true.
That
There's
wasn't
nothing
part
like
of what I grew up with. So what I grew up with was Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, and those are from.
Snowman was with Burl Ives. Was what
Yes.
a
Oh,
long
I
I did,
love
and the Grinch. I don't care for the Grinch, but the
The
Grinch.
Heat Miser was from Rudolph.
Those were the three
yeah.
that I grew up with. That was part of my
That was
tradition.
better.
The Grinch is classic.
Later,
What's
the
up,
one
Chuck?
with John, I think it was John Goodman. There was one with John Goodman. It was Frosty the Snowman 2 or Frosty Returns or something like that. And I've watched it a few times as an adult.
I love
It's a tradition.
Gabrielle.
Every year,
Yeah,
there are certain things that I watch every year. I watch Frosty the Snowman. I watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I watch It's a Wonderful Life. Those are my Christmas traditions. I
You
watch
know a movie
the parade at
It's so old.
Thanksgiving, and I watch the dog show. Those are my traditions.
So let's
You know a
name.
movie I could go without?
What's that?
A Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
Yeah,
Oh, Ralphie, you're so
I
trying.
love
I don't even understand that
National
movie still to this
Lampoon.
day. Some of it, you're like, what
I
happened?
can't
What's going on?
follow.
What's happening here? It's like
I love Christmas Vacation. My favorite.
Yeah,
they did make a remake of the Christmas Story. Did you see that? I didn't see it. Did anyone see it?
No.
Not a remake, but a sequel, a continuation
Yeah.
sequel.
Sequel. Yeah.
Yes, and I haven't seen it.
as far as Christmas movies,
Oh,
I don't like Miracle on 34th Street. That wasn't. I never got into that.
Yeah.
Most of the Christmas movies, I personally didn't get into that stuff because
Yeah,
it
Jingle All the Way, was that the
was my thing.
It's
Tim Allen
iconic,
ones
though.
were good? Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it.
Virginia, there is a Santa Claus.
Die Hard. Nah.
He's right here.
Everybody tries to put Die Hard in the Christmas movie.
It's a classic.
But I think
That definitely counts as a Christmas movie.
I think a part of that problem is like, like
Who
Home
is
Alone.
Facebook
I liked
user?
Home Alone. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I liked that one. And I think part of the thing is that, they've tried to capitalize on making money off of these things, and now like there's just an oversaturation. It's kind of like the Marvel movies, like they've oversaturated everything, and people are just like, oh my god, there's choices.
Instead of putting art out there, they're trying to pick and choose from what they think you're gonna like.
Yeah.
Yes,
What they think
peanuts.
the masses are gonna like.
Yeah, they're just taking. It's like it's like teen pop
Nice
stuff that they just churn out with electronics, like they just with like a cookie cutter or something with a
Yeah, get the
formula.
same 20 writers in a room. They
Chuck,
take 30 scripts and put them all together.
just like all
depending on
the
what
Disney
they're doing.
movies. Yeah, the same way. Chuck, Year Without Santa Claus, Miser Bros. I'm not sure if I remember that one. He said this on Rumble. I see you over there on Rumble, Chuck. Thanks, bro. Lethal Weapon, Christmas movie. Oh man, no, there is like Ernest Saved Christmas.
Ernest was great movies, yeah.
Air Breaks.
Damn, I haven't heard that in a minute.
And listen, what is it? The Santa Claus with Tim Allen will forever be the best Santa Claus movie for a long time to come. But there's a newer movie, and it's still a couple years old now, I think. But Arthur Christmas, I'm telling you, I've talked about it a couple times. It's good for adults too. It's a cartoon.
Couple of years, a few years.
You mean like Arthur, the kindergarten kids cartoon?
No, not
No.
that Arthur. No, the guy just happens to be named Arthur.
Like Waylon's over here, like, yo, you gotta see the Teletubbies.
Dude, yeah, man, it's a new special, man. Holiday special. Like they got and they got and they got all the little dupes and dorps or whatever they are, the teledorps. Some of those are bad
That's
bad
an
things.
old movie. With
What's
Dudley
an old
Moore.
movie? Which one?
Well, Doc Holliday said Dudley Moore.
Dudley Moore. Do they
Wasn't
still
he
use?
Arthur? That's like probably as old as you.
No, Arthur Christmas is a cartoon.
Oh, Arthur is just
Yes,
just Arthur is
called
the one.
Arthur Christmas, and Arthur is one of Santa Claus's kids, and him and Steve, other Santa Claus's kids, Steve. They're both vying for the seat to become the next Santa Claus,
Yeah.
and it's good stuff. It's good stuff. You see Grandpa Santa talking his old war stories, back in my day, and he's like taking his teeth out and stuff, and then you got. Like he's got one of the retired reindeer with like only one antler left, and the reindeer is like a kind of mangy dog that kind of still gets around trying to steal snacks off people's plates and stuff. And you have to see it. It's a good one. It's a good movie. I recommend that for all families for sure. You remember Olive? I'm not sure what olive is, Tim. Olive oil. I saw a meme with Will Smith as Popeye. Thought that was funny. Did you see that? I was like, wow, that's good. This is a good idea. Let's do this. I eat my spinach. But yeah, it's funny though. It's because it becomes such a commercialized thing that even us, we're doing it right now. You got to have the Christmas episode. You got to have the theme of that time of year. And I mean, that's what we're talking about, though. We're going to talk about it directly, so it's not like we're just pretending like most shows where we're like, oh, hey, it's our next Christmas extravaganza, everybody. It's like, yeah, well, like, okay, it's Christmas time. Going to do a Christmas show. Here it is. Bean, what were you going to say?
I was just co-signing the shit you were saying. Yeah.
Signing. I love it. Thank you. What do cats think about Christmas time? They usually like to hide in trees. Like, these fucking people have this tree in the house, and now I'm gonna climb inside of it. I can't help it.
No, my cats don't mess with the trees. With the tree.
I
No.
don't have a tree, so.
When Phineas was a baby, when he was a young kitten, that first year, like he would slap the balls that were at the bottom and play with them. But
Really?
yeah, but
Did you tickle them?
I don't know.
The low hanging
I
fruit.
might find them all over the house, too. But
That's good.
but that was after
just
that.
chicken.
None of them have never messed with the Christmas tree. They don't even lay up underneath it. So
Interesting. Tim was saying that Olive was another reindeer. I
Yeah.
don't remember this. It was on the original.
Is this
Other
another
reindeer.
Mandela effect thing?
No, she was the other reindeer.
Maybe.
The other reindeer.
Oh. Christmas Vacation, yeah, that's classic.
I said that.
Oh, we're going to Wally World, kids. Oh no, that's a different one.
Yeah. No.
Punch that moose
Actually, you
right.
know who did good Christmas music? You ever hear of the
Me.
that orchestra? It's like all like a bunch of electric guitars and stuff. The
oh,
Grand Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah, Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Their shows, is that the ones that put on those shows? I think that's the one. Their shows.
it's like a 100-piece band, and it's all like drums, electric guitars, like violins, cello, like everything.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance to go to one of their performances, they're
Yeah,
freaking amazing, dude. I've
my
been
mom went like 10 years ago.
Let's see if there's any
I'd love you to
royalty-free
see that.
Christmas music. Ooh,
Steve-O!
there's some royalty-free Christmas music.
What
Well,
up, Steve-O?
The cool thing about the Trans-Siberian Orchestra is that
Where's everybody else
they
scattered?
have like a theme. They have like a story that goes around that they do their.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Merry Christmas, Sir Steve-O.
Merry Christmas, Steve-O.
All of the other reindeer.
Since you weren't here, I had to play you tonight. Oh, I'm only kidding. Santa was missing, so I played the stand-in. What's Doc say? I think as far as Christmas stories, Annabella's Wish was one of my kids' favorite. It was about a cow. Randy Travis was in the movie. Annabella's Wish.
That must be old. I haven't heard Randy Travis enough
Pretty soon. Randy Travis, is he still a thing?
Look what Tim said.
He's like really old. I don't know. He's still alive, I think. I haven't heard that he died, but he's old.
Oh, all right, Tim. Got me with that one, Tim. Got me. Just when I was starting to walk out the door, he reeled me back in.
Go silly.
We've got 2 beans, 1 bean.
I don't know what the hell happened there.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa! I like other bean better. Let's get him back. Oh wait, I don't see him anymore. I can see him in the backstage, but I don't see. He's a black box when I pull him up. Had to be a '90s movie. My oldest was. Yeah, I mean, think of anything in the 2000s besides the. So there's a couple of Christmas cartoons that I can point to that were really good. The Arthur Christmas, and the other one was the Mailman or the Postman. Not the Postman with Kevin Costner, but the something to do with a mailman that goes. He ends up having. It's a cartoon, but he ends up having to go to this faraway like land up north to be the mailman as like punishment. While he's there, he meets this guy out in the woods, big burly guy with long white beard, who he does woodworking. Well, they through a lot of movie, they end up making toys instead of like birdhouses that he was making with wood, and he starts making toys, and they're like sneaking them into town, and it becomes this whole story of how Santa Claus was made, and that was a really good one too. And those are two that I can think of that were pretty good, but I can't think of any with real people in it that was worth watching. You ever seen Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh no.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, in a while, but I'd love to watch that again sometime. Sinbad, yeah, Sinbad Christmas. Well, a lot of shows do the Christmas episode.
I was saying Sinbad was in Jingle All the Way.
Oh, he was. Oh, that's right.
He'll deny it though.
Really? He played a lot of cameos back in the day. It's popping in. Well, that was an old one for me.
What was that video about him denying that he was ever in Shazam?
Dude, that movie never existed.
It says
You're all crazy.
it says Christmas music, no copyright. So I'm going to play it. Well, all I can think of is was it Christmas Vacation, or no? Was that the Vegas Vacation with that song? Or
No, that was
it's
Christmas.
like whoa. I don't forget the song, but it's a song in the movie.
Take it, Bean.
What's the name of the song, Val? Isn't it a song outside the movie too?
Take a button.
I'm it into your Google. It'll figure it out.
I'm not a jukebox.
They're probably monitoring me right now.
Yeah, look at your Facebook. It'll come across your feed.
Yep, it's coming across in 3, 2. Oh, there it is. Let's turn it down a little bit. It says no copyright, but we're just going to turn it down low.
Yeah.
The bells give it away every time. Royalty free, it says. So, Facebook's going to say, there's different ways. So people all assume they're all copyright claims. They're not. Sometimes when they give you the chance to restore the audio, if you read into it, it's actually because certain countries that Facebook's in does not like that music tone or whatever, which is like whatever, which means nothing to me. I'm like, just restore my audio, please. I don't care what, Blockvania says about, Minecraftopia says over there, wherever. I don't care. As long as I'm not violating any U.S. laws, please leave my audio alone. Thank you. Just automatically cut it out of that country, whatever that country is, please. Can I set that up somewhere? Can make that an auto thing?
I've never seen a viewer from that area.
And it's always like my intro. The only music was in the episode, and it still does it. It's like that intro came from a paid-for program with music in it. Like, what do you want from me? Like, I'm doing everything that I possibly can. That's because they don't want you to use music at all unless it's coming from the accepted, whatever it's called. There's a name for it within the foods book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so serious? No, we're not.
Who's so serious?
Tim said we all are. I guess. I don't know. I shouldn't presume.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get out of here.
All right.
Appreciate y'all having me up.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yes, sir.
Fire in the hole, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We'll see you
Drive
next year.
safe. Damn it.
See him next year.
Thank you.
We are live on Bean's pages too, guys. If you are still hanging out, come on over to the Indoor Farmer page. We got people spread out everywhere. It's crazy. Mary Mann sent me a friend request.
What?
Merry Man, it just said.
Mary? Man.
Yeah,
Okay.
Merry Man. Yeah. Wow, nobody. Anybody else want to come up? No. All right. Thanks, everybody. It's been great. Oh man, can you hear the music? It's somewhat Christmassy.
I'm not a big fan of Christmas music.
I'm
I
not
like
either.
I like the older like Christmas songs, like
Yeah,
"Oh
me
Holy
too.
Night." I like stuff that's meaningful, and a lot of
Oh, holy! They say "Holy, Oh Holy Night" is not a Christmas song.
Okay.
well, whatever. I don't know who they are, but I
We
consider
sing it on Valentine's Day.
yeah. Um, I like stuff that's meaningful, and a lot of the Christmas music that they have out nowadays, like Mariah Carey's Christmas song and the one by Wham, and stuff like that's not meaningful to me. It's to me, I call it plastic. It's plastic Christmas stuff.
I understand that, but do you think there would ever be a classic again because of how much option or how many different
I think
varieties
I
of
think that there are certain songs that come out every generation, I don't know, every so often that people grab onto that are, just songs that are become popular and they span time. Like Mariah Carey, I'm not a big fan of Mariah Carey. I don't like her as a person, so I don't particularly like her
Mm.
music. She's got a great voice and everything, but I that song that she sings, that Christmas song, it's not particularly meaningful to me. You know what I mean? But people grabbed onto it. They liked it, probably because,
says Christmas in the song.
well, I think a lot of people grabbed onto it because they were fans of Mariah Carey back at the time when Mariah Carey was popular. So,
She has a unique voice.
huh?
Not many people. She has a unique voice. Not many people can do what she does. I
No,
mean,
I
she
agree.
can make glass break with her voice. Is not easy.
No, I understand that. I mean, there's certain variables about her that make her popular. Um, just like that song by Wham is a big, is a song that, has had longevity. That's out of what, the 80s? Wasn't Wham and
I don't even know that song that you guys
At
are talking
least.
Last Christmas? I don't know. There's certain songs that just that have longevity where, like a lot of other songs that just don't, they're out there and they get played, but like, when
Don't
people,
know Last Christmas,
yeah,
Waylon.
well, when people think of
Probably.
Christmas songs, there's certain things that people think of. But, by and large, I'd say that most Christmas, most popular Christmas music, it comes and goes with the changing of the underwear because it's not meaningful.
They play the old ones because the most people know them, and because there's the least problems with copyright, as far as the radio goes. And then a lot of stores will adopt the radio because it's free, and they get the Christmas music playing. Or like some stores have their like tracks that they have to play, but it's a special channel just for them. Like when I worked at Sears, that's how it was. I think it just has to do with what's going to reach the most people. And then you're like you just said, you don't like the Mariah Carey song. Well, that's probably one of the newest, like probably one of the most recent, like sort of quote unquote iconic Christmas songs that there have been. And maybe that's why some company may not want to play that one because it's more controversial than the old stuff that everybody's heard a million bazillion times. That's not going to be controversial. It's very Christmas. Frosty the Snowman, got on a sleigh and went, over the hill and through the woods. and all that. But you guys know what I'm saying. It's just like I feel like that's what it is. Partly what's safe for them, what's going to reach the most people or be the most widely accepted, I guess. Um, there's a lot of reasons for it, I think. But the newer stuff is like under contract a lot of times, especially if it's from some band that's like a newer, good, like a well-known band. They're going to be like not just allowing everyone to play it, although I guess you'll hear it on the radio channel that's allowed. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I do know how radio stations only get to play a little small portion of the music that's out there. You hear you hear songs repeated over and over on the channel because they're only allowed this amount of these songs, and
Right.
might be a couple hundred or whatever, but that's it. And then you're gonna hear songs again. So some of it is that like they've all gotten the rights to play all the old Christmas songs a long time ago. Elvis Presley, Blue Christmas, yeah.
Well, when I was a kid,
No high notes in
there
there.
that I can think of, there were two
Yeah.
particular Christmas singers. I mean, there were artists or whatever that put out Christmas songs, but there were two names that were associated with Christmas music, and that was Johnny Mathis and Perry Como.
Yeah.
By and large, most Christmas music was put out by those two men. And then you had, little onesies like Blue Christmas by Elvis. You had
Who was
people sang something. Bing Crosby. You had them here and there. But by and large, most Christmas music was done by Perry Como or Johnny Mathis. And that's not the way it is now.
yeah.
In fact, I don't know the last time I heard Perry Como or Johnny Mathis sing a Christmas song. I haven't heard them sing in a long, long time. Now
Neither.
I don't know. I don't really listen to Christmas music.
I mean, there are a lot of Christmas albums out there if you search.
Yeah, there
A
are.
whole bunch. But it's
Every-
just the
every-
fact that none of them are. It's maybe not. Maybe it isn't even that they suck. It might be that they're just fighting for airtime, just like we are in a saturated world, just like doing shows online.
They're just
But
not
here
getting
we
through.
are.
I
Here
think
we are, 2 years in. It's like
I think every artist who's got more than one album out there or has done several albums, whatever, does a Christmas album. It's just one of those things. Well, I've done everything else. Let me do a Christmas album to make music or to make money. It's a money
Yeah.
making scheme, in my opinion.
Yeah, yep. And then they throw the word Christmas into the song somehow. And,
Well, usually they do a rehash of, old Christmas music. Some
sampling
of Oh Holy Night or, whatever.
Jingle Bells, Batman Smells.
Yeah. Probably one of the most original, there's a couple of songs I think that are really original Christmas songs. And there's one of them was Bruce Springsteen did a Christmas song. And then
yeah.
I would say that, who was it? Maybe it was just Bruce Springsteen. I want to say like Huey Lewis did a Christmas song or something like that. And they were kind of more, I don't know. They were different though.
I think it has to do with certain things. Like we also had a lot of cultural, like each era kind of had big icons, coming through, and they would make their big hit, and now like there's a lot of different varieties of genres of music, and I think Smashley mentioned a country music artist, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I think there's probably some good Christmas ones in country. You got Dolly Parton definitely made some Christmas songs. you know, but not in the last 20 years. I mean, it's been weird. Like we've been on a sort of a cultural divide, cultural fracturing in general, and the culture is really what drives. You know, honestly, like we aren't really a country of laws. Like we're a country of like cultural sways. Like it's depending on the culture is what's really getting, you know, enforced or not. And so our culture drives so much, and so now we're seeing it play out in politics, but we're also seeing it play out in things like Christmas, where it's just sort of like blah. It's not necessarily that families are hating on each other. It's more like it's just like nah, you know, there's nothing holding them together, you know, and that was the
Well,
culture.
yeah, and that's because we've lost a lot of the meaning. Like, so many people don't even go to church anymore, you know?
Or have some kind of community. Yeah, like I thought the
Yeah.
church took the place of that. Church was the community gathering, you know. And yes, you might have that whole good old boy system back in the day if that was the only church in town. But when you got multiple churches, you can have some, you know, you have some competition or whatever. But when you had just the one church, you'd have like you could get ostracized from the town if you pissed off somebody in the church, you know, whatever it was. Like you could have that sort of thing. That's the extreme opposite, right? But at the same time, I do believe that was a good example of like community and stuff like that. And yeah, you'd have that family bond through that and whatnot and the whole connection and it connects all the way down and it ripples all the way through and includes holidays and it's not just the gifts or whatever, it's the coming together to share a meal was the last thing that we really had, you know, the sharing of the meal.
Well, it's
And
just
even
the
that's,
degradation of values, I think, in
yeah,
general. And,
I
you
can
know,
definitely
people
agree to
just
that.
are just like, I don't know, they're just really kind of disenfranchised, I think.
True.
You know, it's like, I don't know, it's just so, Christmas is just so commercialized and there's no, you know, there's just not a lot of meaning behind it. And people are just disenfranchised by it, I think. You
We
know,
got Doc Holiday in the house. What's up, bro?
Hey, how's it going, Waylon?
Oh man, it's going. It's a slow night. Well, it was weird. It's weird. We had this crazy spike. We had like 40 people in here for a little while, and it was very strange. And then everyone like dropped out in like a couple minutes. It was a weird spike in the algorithm.
Maybe they're all putting their kids to bed.
Right.
How you doing, Doc?
I'm
You
doing good.
feeling?
How are you?
I'm all
What's
right.
that?
I said, how you feeling?
Oh, I'm doing. Health wise, I'm all right. Trying to get away. You know, still on the mend from getting my foot surgery, but you know, other than that,
Yeah.
I'm doing. Um, I've been checking out another platform. They're doing stuff with WTHC Radio. I put out some posts. It's a all about cannabis type show. They run it all day long. YouTube, StreamYard.
Yeah, I've
There's
seen them.
another. They're awesome. You got the hippie, the puppet, and Dr. High. I was interviewed today for 2 hours. I was on there. It was a blast. We had a good time.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow. I've never heard of it. What's it called again?
WTHC Radio.
Huh. It's
You
on
haven't seen
YouTube.
the
You can
hippie
follow
and
them
the,
on YouTube, but they broadcast over to Facebook and you know and the other platforms. Clapper.
I see.
yeah,
but
they're all
you
over.
can't. You can't go. But like I was gonna say, they can have a 24-hour stream on YouTube. You can have it. You can just leave it on all the time if you wanted.
Yeah, they have different shows. They have different people doing different shows. Like the hippie and Dr. Hyde, they have like a 2 hour between 10 and 12 Mountain Time. And then there's other people that come in. Like there's two shows in the morning, one in the evening, and one in the morning. It's buds and something. A couple guys do talk about buds and shit like that. I haven't got to watch them all yet, but I'm willing to check it out. There's lots of knowledge out there.
I think I might have seen it. The guy wears like a puppet hat.
He's a hippie. He's a hippie puppet. Go on. You can go into my group, Wild Herbs, if you're a member, and it's posted in there.
Let's see.
Or on my page. Actually, it's posted on my page, too. Just on my regular page. And we're working on a 600 member Puff Puff Pass. It's going to take about 2 hours long. We got one guy doing, compiling all the videos.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of cool.
Can you put the link up again, Waylon?
The link for what?
For Jason.
For Jason
Jason Frederick.
to come on screen.
Yeah. That's my son.
Okay. It's gonna go on my page.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows how to do it. Oh, there it is right there.
Waylon the Indoor Farmer page.
He said it wants him to pay to comment.
No.
He's a newbie.
No, he's got to copy the link into the browser. He's not coming in right.
Oh, he's trying. Well, no, this is gonna bring him on screen.
Right.
Does he want to come up and on screen and talk?
Apparently he had an opinion, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah,
I just
I'm
work
gonna
here.
make sure. Got to make sure.
Oh, Waylon.
Yeah.
The cookies I made from that stuff that I got. Oh my God! Knock your dink in the dirt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. I haven't heard that expression in so long.
Knock your what in the dirt?
That seems like
I called it a dink.
He cleaned it up a little.
But what is it?
the ding.
I made cookies. I made Polish cream cheese kolaczkis, and I infused the dough and the preserves, and they will knock your shit in the dirt.
But what did you call it?
I said you'll knock your dink in the dirt.
Your dink?
Yeah.
Your dinky do.
Like as in your
Yeah. Your private.
Your left toe. That's what he's talking about.
I'm trying to keep it clean.
We are pretty much we're dwindling down over here, so maybe we should just cut it and go over to Rumble and listen to some music. What do you think, Val?
Sounds good to me.
We've got 2 people on Val's. We've got 5 people on my page. 1 person on Twitch. That's a bot. 1 person in my group. 1 person on Legit Bean Review. It's like 1. Like, okay, hey. Listen.
Well, I'm gonna jump off here, guys. Have a good night.
good
Oh,
night.
I see. He's like, oh, there's no one watching. Okay, I'm out. That's what
Well,
See
I
that?
got shit to do, man.
I got shit to do. That's it. Nothing going on here. I got to go find somebody. There's places where there's a bunch of people on screen, like just nasty, just slinging dirt at each other, and there's probably 100 people
Hi,
watching.
Doc.
Doc's like, nope, you can't suck me back in. I'm here just listening. All good, Wes. Thanks, man. Thanks. No problem. Wes, you should get Rumble, though, man. We can go over to Rumble. We can listen to these songs that we're talking about and actually go back to them and be like, oh, yeah, I know that's what that one was. Oh, okay, yeah. And we could even pull up these videos that we're talking about. Old school Rudolph. Like, we could pull all that stuff up. Who's with us? Nobody? I don't see anyone on that is from Rumble right now. That's right. I think I'm just... I don't think we need to listen to more music. Unless you want to listen to other music over there. But no, that's okay. Not too worried about it. It's been a fun little sesh here, I guess. And yeah, we won't be doing this next week, so Who knows? Maybe we won't do it anymore at all. I don't know. You guys let us know. Comment below if you think People in the Box is a good show. All 6 of you. Well, 5 of you. One of you is a bot. So
Well, you
Hold
wouldn't
on.
sing, so everybody laughed.
maybe.
I think this is a hard time of the year. I think people are busy doing all kinds of stuff.
No, sure.
Maybe, but I can find them. I'll find them in like
Parties and last minute shopping and
I'll find them in a few minutes here. Give me a second.
Ooh.
I found us.
Oh, Rumble.
There's a bunch there. Oh, what are they? Who are they? Oh, I found more of us. Oh,
More of
Master
us?
Wolfie's live.
where you
Mr.
finding these?
Cannabis is live. Oh, they got a lot of people in there.
On Rumble or Kit.
Oh,
No, I'm on Facebook.
oh.
Oh,
Jay Frost is just getting over with.
Michelle said you should sing.
Was it Silver Bells? Silver bells. It's that time in the live market. I will sing. I'm going to sing After Christmas with the Santa costume on. I'm going to sing Long December by the Counting Crows.
Are you?
Yeah, it's the best time to do it. Yeah, I really liked on the nose things. It's right on the nose. See, it's right after Christmas, right? So like Santa's thinking, man, it's been a long December. And then, boom, Counting Crows come by and they create the best song for him. And he's just like, yes, I got to sing this song. And so he goes out live, before New Year's sometime. Speaking of which, man, I didn't even mention the waffle. Like, I'm terrible at doing this waffle thing, I guess. Just can't do it.
You're doing your best.
I mean, I guess maybe not. Who knows? Maybe next year will be better. Maybe. New Year's resolutions, anybody?
I don't
No,
do New Year's resolutions.
No?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and me neither.
I
just
do
try to be
stuff
better.
organically, like, I don't know, when I feel like the need to change, like I think about it, and then when I'm ready to make the change, then it happens at the time that it needs to happen.
Alexa, turn first plug
Yeah.
on.
Hey, Wes.
Merry
What's
Christmas,
up?
yes.
Merry Christmas.
Our Christmas.
Huzzah, Jay Frost in the house. What's up, Jay?
Hey.
If you can, come up and say hi. It's our last show of the year. Send you the link.
Alexa,
The wind's
Living
all
room
been
light
taken out of
10%.
our sails, but we'll hang out for a little bit longer here.
living room light to 10%. Thank you.
What'd she say about my mama?
Didn't want to turn my light on. Damn it.
It makes me want to mess with it so bad, just like yelling at it from here.
Do it. See what it does.
Alexa,
Nothing.
You got my Alexa's attention. She lit up.
She said hello.
Alexa, send money to Waylon the indoor farmer.
Nope. She
Alan.
said no.
Cooking dinner and listening to my favorite cannabis advocates.
Hey, Alan.
Who's your favorite cannabis advocates? Wait, is that us? Hello, beautiful Ashley Whalen. What day and time waffle? Who?
Waffles? I like waffles.
Waffles are
Waylon,
yummy.
Waylon,
Peanut butter, syrup.
What, Kim?
did you make that as an event?
Not yet.
No.
I've been personally told someone would buy some on Friday, so I'm waiting until then.
You should make it an event because then you can invite people.
Yeah, this was an event.
Did you invite people?
Yeah,
Um,
like yesterday and the day before. I can invite a few. I can only invite 50 at a time, so then I have to go back every 50.
I know it's a pain.
That's a
in
lot
the
of work, you know. To be honest, if people would just go over to Rumble, like I keep asking, but like I can't force people to do things. But the people I'm just talking about the people that already have Rumble. I don't mean necessarily everyone to just, but it's a good alternative. If a few people go over there, like your efforts are rewarded a lot more. That's all it is. It's like the efficiency rating versus Facebook, because you gotta like jump through so many hoops to get seen, and it's just insane.
It's a free app.
Yeah, it's free. It'd be free.
It be.
Anyway, Wes, I'm probably gonna be closing up shop here in a minute. But
Oh, good, man. I just want to come up and smoke a bowl.
Appreciate that. You know, wish more people had that mentality. I can't smoke a flower right now. I can barely even do a dab. I feel like I might be getting sick, or my throat something's feeling itchy.
I know strep throat's going on around up here or over here
Really
in this general area.
Hasn't really been anywhere, but
season.
It is the season, yeah.
Yep. So I got to nurse that. I had some chicken noodle soup for dinner.
Well, there's an incubation period, so
You know what?
I've been around somebody a week ago.
Is I'm around German teenagers all day long, every day, and I seldom ever get sick.
And your immunity is built up.
Yeah.
No,
Dolores. Yeah, I don't get sick much either.
That's why there's not a lot of people here right now.
I sat out from teaching for 2 years. I got laid off when I moved out to California and taught out there for 8 years, and I got laid off during that awful recession or whatever it was called back in the 2008. And
that's very loud.
when I came back to teaching, oh my God, I got the flu like 3 times in 1 year, and I was deathly sick because my immune system was not caught up to all of that. So
Troy, you missed it, man. We had there was 40 people in here a little while ago.
Is that the birthday boy?
Hey, thanks. Sorry, it's kind of hard to hear you. I'm in a bar.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Makes it hard to come on a show. Happy birthday, though.
You're celebrating.
Maybe this is poor planning.
He's playing a gig.
Oh, cool.
Well, kind of playing a gig. Actually, so you're in luck. You're going to get to see Mila play. She does a bunch of 90s Nashville female singers. Great artists, but they're literally setting up. They'll be playing in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. So we'll see see how it sounds. I don't know how it's going to sound. I've never tried to transmit a full band live sound through StreamYard, but this is
we'll see.
But if you guys never been to the Stockyards, welcome to the Fort Worth, Texas Stockyards. I don't know how much you can see in this. And I'm a great cameraman.
So the Fort Worth Stockyards, my great grandfather was one of the founders of the Fort Worth Stockyards.
Fred?
Huh? Yeah, actually his
That's
name
awesome.
was F.W. Axtell.
Nice. I bet he's got his name on a building around here somewhere.
Well,
how
the
you knew it.
Axtell Windmill Company was down there in Fort Worth,
Huh.
and I think his house still stands in the historical section of Fort Worth. Or no, his house was torn down. My great uncle's house is in the historical section.
Okay. Huh.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
So,
really cool old houses, like 100, 200 years old.
Yeah.
But
the
heck,
guy
if y'all wanna go back about your business, if you want, I'll mute my mic here and go inside. And then if you just see me put my hand up on the mic, or I guess on the camera like this, I'll let you know they're about to start. That's cool. Give me a thumbs up. Waylon?
That's fine. We like how long? Do you know about when? Because we were actually just going to close it up.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Yeah, if they're too far out. She's still standing at the bar, but she's got her guitar on, so it might be another 5 minutes. But yeah, if you want, man, I can just record it. I can record the set and we could share it.
Or go live.
Or do a live. Yeah.
Live on here or
No, like just on your phone. Yeah.
On Facebook.
Yeah, we're at about an hour and 40 minutes in. So yeah.
He's coughing. He can't hear.
Yeah, so if you want to just give them my Troy Allen link, yeah, I'll just go live here in a minute.
Troy Allen. All right, I'll tell him.
Wait, thanks for having me, man. Sorry for showing up late. They got started late tonight because all the rain down here.
Sure. That's all
All
right.
right,
You,
nice
at
to
least
see
you
y'all.
came.
Merry Christmas. Merry
Merry
Chrysler.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
There you go.
Better late than never, I guess. That's all I always say. Well, on that note, it's been that kind of a Christmas, guys. Have a good one. Stay safe out there.
You too, man.
Come back stronger and hopefully more hopeful next year on a lot of things. So my hope is always, my New Year's resolution is always to just be better, than I was last year. So just like I am every day, trying to be better than I was the day before. That's all that you can really try. So good luck, guys. Have a good one, and let me know if you have any thoughts on topics or anything like that. And come and check us out. Or Kim, I think, has her show still on Sunday. You're not taking any time off. We got Kim on Sundays at 2 o'clock Central Time. That's okay, Frost. I got you, bro. No problem. I didn't expect to see you pop through, so thanks for coming through. And cheers, man. Merry Christmas. You have a good, Happy New Year's. I'm going to be taking next week off. I won't be just sitting around doing nothing. I'm hopefully going to be gearing up and, making some moves. So let's see what happens. But all right, guys.
What kind of moves are you making?
None of your business.
Get your pen, film up.
Just some things and such. Good night, Michelle. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all. What'd you say, Wes?
Get your panda film up.
That's one thing I'm doing, but I think I need a little bit more.
I got some new fans to install this weekend.
I need to get a little bit more of this. What's that?
Oh yeah, that's important.
You got what?
I got some 16-inch wall fans for my grow room. I just came in today.
I bet you don't have a self-oscillating fan.
No, your self-oscillating is pretty impressive. I give you props.
I'll have to incorporate that into every build I do now, because
damn straight.
It's the only thing people like of what I've done. So hey, you're the guy with the spinning fan. Oh, every span fins. Every span fins, you guys. On that note, let's get out of here. You guys have a good night.
Right.
You too, man. Take care.
Love
Merry
y'all.
Christmas, everybody.
Night.
Good night.
Night.
Merry